When someone cuts you off on the road, when a colleague interrupts you at the most crucial moment, when you catch someone's annoyed glance, a spark ignites inside you. Your whole body tenses up. Your mind starts spinning hurtful scenarios, and the day goes downhill. We live as if we are obligated to react, word by word, emotion by emotion. And suddenly, you're no longer in control of yourself. But if you're tired of every external trigger breaking your inner peace, it's time to break this pattern. You can be a person who cannot be thrown off balance by anything, not because you're heartless, but because you're free. Our brain isn't broken. It's just operating on an outdated program. When someone ignores us, criticizes us, or unfairly accuses us, an ancient survival reaction is triggered. This inner anxiety is a vestige left over from our ancestors, who could truly die from being expelled from the tribe. But today, we suffer not from tigers, but from rude cashiers and forgotten messages. And yet, the brain reacts the same way. However, you are more than your impulse. You can't stop the first emotional spark, but you decide what happens next. This is the point of power, not to suppress feelings, but to choose which ones are worth continuing. The liberating thought is, most of the unpleasant behavior of others is not about you. People often act not out of malice, but out of pain. Someone is rude not because they dislike you, but because they're having a bad day. Someone is silent, not out of indifference, but out of fatigue. We tend to perceive others' actions through the lens of personal offense. But the truth is that each of us is engaged in our own internal struggle. And if you start to see others' behavior as a reflection of them, not a fault of yours, you will stop being a target for random arrows. Someone else's anger, resentment, irritation, it's not your energy. Don't take it in. Emotional calm is a conservation of resources. We take care of money, keep track of time, but easily squander feelings. One comment on social media, and you can't fall asleep. One hint of neglect, and the whole day is ruined. Now imagine, you learn not to react to every little thing. You cherish your peace as carefully as valuable property, not because you are weak, but because you choose what is worth investing in. Not every glance requires a response. Not every word requires defense. The less you react, the more power you have over yourself. And something amazing happens. When you stop being an easy target, it confuses others. Those who are used to provoking encounter silence. They lose control because you don't engage in the game. Those who expect retaliation receive neutrality. You are no longer a source of energy for others' conflicts. And let them call you cold. Let them say you've become closed off. This is not weakness. This is protection. This is maturity born from conscious choice. You simply no longer participate in other people's dramas. You stand your ground and don't move until you choose to. And it is in this steadfastness that true freedom emerges. True strength is not loud responses. It is the ability to sit in a storm and not lose your center. It is the ability to feel everything and yet not be destroyed by it. A strong person is one who can choose silence when there is a storm inside. One who does not react out of habit, but acts with intention. This is not a gift. It is a skill that can be developed. Every time you refrain from a sharp reaction, you lay a brick in the wall of your inner fortress. At first, it seems impossible, but with each day you become more steadfast. The world remains the same, but inside you. And it is this that makes you truly free. Start small. Wait in line without getting annoyed. Hear criticism and don't justify yourself. Allow someone to make a mistake without taking it personally. These exercises are not weakness, but training. You strengthen your mental endurance. You train your mind not to react automatically, but to choose consciously. You become an observer, not a prisoner of emotions. And gradually, the things that used to drive you crazy become just background noise. You see them, but no longer let them control your state. It's important to understand, the goal is not to stop feeling. The goal is for feelings not to control you. You don't become a stone. You become the captain of your own ship. You still feel the wind, hear the thunder, and sense the tremor of the waves. But now you don't drown in them. Now you choose where to steer your course. And in the moment when you are provoked again, when the familiar wave rises inside, remember, you can choose to pause. You can stay in place. You can choose not to engage. If these thoughts resonate with you, subscribe to the sagebuddy channel. Here we learn together to build our inner fortress, step by step. We learn not to react automatically, but to choose with clarity. And in this silence, you will find a strength that nothing external can shake. We learn to be calm not because everything's easy, but because there is support within. Don't miss the opportunity to come stronger with us.